WWF early stuff here. The Irish Sun says, what was your initial reaction when Vince or whoever pitched the Hog Farmer character? Did you try to offer any alternative or resist at all, or did you just go with it?
Oh, well, after we got our walking papers from WCW, about 3 or 4 weeks later, I had Harley Race and Kevin Nash had uh, spoke for me, called up north and spoke, good words for me. So in about 3 or 4 weeks, they got a hold of me, and Vince had wanted me to fly up to Stanford, and I flew up and met with him and JJ Dillon, and we talked 3 hours in Vince's office, and he was, asking me what I'd done and where I lived, and I told him, in the country, and I was working at a I worked at the hospital as on the psych floor for a few years, and then I said, "Yeah, we got a farm. We raise cows, and got a bunch of chickens and hogs." So he said, "Hmm." He said, "What do you do with the hogs? I mean, what kind of stuff?" So I thought, "Well, we raise pigs, we castrate them, we slop them." And when I said slop them, it was like, bing, the light bulb went off. So by the time I left, I'd done had my name. Within a week, they had a rough sketch of what they wanted me to wear: the overalls, the hat, and the slop bucket. And uh, my name was Henry Orpheus Godwinn, which is Vince had given me the name of one of his, I can't remember, like an uncle or granddad or dad. His name was Orpheus. So he gave me that name because he wanted HOG. And then when Phineas come, he got the PIG.
Mm.
So that's how that come about.
Did you get the sketch from Creative Services? The
I
whole.
do, and I have been looking for it, and the original, and it was on a big piece of paper, and it had me in it. I think it had the yellow shirt or maybe a red shirt, but I started out with the white shirt, and then my trademark was like the yellow shirt.
Mm.
And then, of course, they put us in the Confederate shirts, which if you did that now, we'd all be killed.
Cancelled. Yeah, cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember that. That was like post neck break, and you with the Rougeos at that time. I seem to remember.
Yeah.
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 Do you know? I don't think I've ever asked this anyone before. So obviously Vince gives you the pitch. You say, you've done farming and the slop, and sort of goes from there. Get in the occupational mold of the '90s. I mean, you talked to Shane yesterday. He was the teacher, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it was entirely up to you, what character would you have portrayed, or what name would you have given yourself, or would you have just been yourself?
I mean, I liked the Henry O. Godwinn pitch, the whole thing. I mean, and I felt comfortable with it because, hell, that's what I've been doing. My grandparents, both sets, had farms, so I was always around that as a child. So it was like secondhand to me. So it was easy to step into that character, uh, just trying to transition and portray that hog farmer took a little work. But, Shane McMahon had flew down and did all my videos, my vignettes at a little farm in Tennessee. I mean, we went and this guy had like 20 hogs running around. So we pulled in and I said, "Hey, can we shoot a video here for WWF?" Explain the situation. He was just an old country farmer, and I think they paid him $300 to do it all day at his place. So he was tickled to death. He sat back on the porch smoking a pipe, just watching all the action. So it was pretty cool.
So Gene has written in and says, what would he have used for his ring name if he didn't have to go with Vince's Henry O. Godwinn name? So were there any alternative names to get the HOG? Do you remember?
No, there was, the only, JR always called me Hank. But that's the only variation off of that. Uh, that was pretty much what Vince come up with that day. He wanted he was going to go with the Goodwin, and then he went with the Godwinn. So I mean, it worked out. It's funny too. I always tell this. Like in 1997, we used to get like fan mail, and the office would give us some of it. So we were invited out west to the Godwinn family reunion. We were like really wanting to go and just hang out. But yeah, just we used to get some crazy things. It was good time.
Well, hang on. What other kind of crazy things did you get?
Oh.
Move on. Okay. Okay, so hometown. Who came up with the hometown then? I'm sorry, I really want to know the other answer, but we've got a thing worked out. So, but, who came up with the hometown then?
The hometown?
Yeah.
Vince. Creative. Bitters, Arkansas.
It's great. Does it actually exist though?
You know, we couldn't find it unless it's so little. It's not on nothing, but I don't know. We never did find it. Because, sounds good though.
Oh, it sounds fantastic. As I always plug it, I have a weekly show with Dutch Mantel, and Oil Trough, Texas was always one of the best ones.
Yeah,
it doesn't exist.
Oil Trough, Texas. Yeah,
it doesn't exist. I think there is one in like Alabama or something like that, but there's no oil trough in Texas. One more thing, because this has bugged me for years, even as a boy. Who did the hoo-wee deed 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 on the song on the entrance music?
Now I did all that.
Did you?
The suey and Come On Pig, all that. Yeah, that was me. Or are you talking about Hillbilly Jim's song?
No. On your original entrance music, where it's just like the whole low key banjo deliverance, and then sorry, suey, not hooey.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Okay, right. I had a theory. I thought it was Todd Pettengill who did it.
No, it was me.